Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Sleek here today, and I have a very special video series that I think is going to be awesome, and I think you guys will really enjoy, all the Madden fans out there. So, what I have comprised together is a roster of all the free agents left in the NFL, all the bench players, all the people that want to be stars but aren't currently stars in the NFL. And with the collapse of the AFL at the beginning of 2019 and the rise and reemergence of the XFL coming in 2020, I have decided to create a Madden NFL XFL or Madden XFL franchise series. Took a long time to create a roster, but I think I have officially made a roster with all the people that I have told you about, all the free agents, all the people that are not stars yet in the NFL, and I have put them into the roster, taken away all of the stars, all the starters in the NFL, except for kickers and punters. And I am ready to create a franchise where we will see some new stars in the NFL and some people show off their new skills, their talents, and maybe reemerge or rejuvenate their career like the highest overall player in this league, Dez Bryant. Superstar wide receiver for the Cowboys with Tony Romo. Once Tony Romo retires and some injuries, Dez Bryant disappears from the face of the earth, or from the face of the NFL. What happened to Dez Bryant? Did he officially retire? Where is he at? What is he doing now? He's a perfect person for this Madden AFL XFL league. So he is on here. Eric Berry, same with him. Fortunately, he had cancer and his star power kind of went away during his chemo and his stuff. So Eric Berry's on here, and these people are back to revitalize their careers in Madden on this XFL league. So we got Andy Dalton here. If you're watching at the end of 2019, Andy Dalton has went from a bench quarterback to now the starter for the Bengals again. But I have kept him on here just because he's an older quarterback. His career is slowly dying out. Not too many big weapons anymore with AJ Green's problems. So I have Andy Dalton on here, Marcus Mariota, big star power in college, great player. Once he gets to the NFL, something happens. He has an injury. He's not as good as people thought. Ryan Tannehill takes over the starting job for Tennessee. He is now a benched quarterback. So that is most of the stories for these people. They were good in college. They were starters at some time in the NFL. They lost their talent. They are behind the talent of the starting quarterbacks or starting players on that roster. And they have kind of fallen off in their careers, or they just haven't shown their true talent or potential yet. We got Eli Manning, waning career, slowly dying out, probably going to retire in the next year or so. Josh Rosen, failure draft pick for the Cardinals. Thought they were going to get a number one quarterback for the rest of the dynasty for the Cardinals and with him, but that was a failed pick. Josh McCown, another one that's old, career's dying out. So we got all these quarterbacks here. My favorite position is running back and wide receiver because they have so many talents that aren't starters in the NFL because the position is so wide and there's only a few stars for each team. There's only maybe one star per team that makes a starting lineup every week that shows off their potential. But these guys are benched, free agents, not on the right team, not on the right track in their life, and they need to revitalize their career here on this franchise league. So here they are. We got Theo Riddick, Isaiah Crowell, and they all fall into the same thing like I've been saying. They were good for a little while. Alex Collins, great player for the Ravens, has an injury, not even on a team anymore. So some of these people, great picks, great players in real life, they just cannot stay on a team, or they just cannot show off their star power how they want to, but they are all athletes nonetheless. On to fullbacks, don't really have a criteria here, just anybody in the 70s on this game, so you might be like, but this guy's really good, he's a great fullback. Well, I just wanted to keep everybody below 70, so it kind of teeter-totters along the lines of they're not that great, they're not star fullbacks according to Madden, but at the same time, they're going to be able to fill the rosters of all the teams for fullbacks. Wide receivers, my favorite position here on Madden, especially with this franchise idea, because there are so many wide receivers. This is the deepest position for players. Dante Pettis, not truly a star, maybe has some flashes every once in a while, injury prone, but he could become a star in this franchise. Quincy Enunwa, same with him. He might be done, his career might be over with due to neck injuries and reoccurring injuries with him, but Quincy Enunwa, great player for the Jets for a little while, so he is trying to come back and revitalize his career. Michael Crabtree, same with him. He's a little bit older, but he's got the knowledge. He knows how to be a wide receiver. He knows how to be a starter. He knows how to be a key player for an offense of any team. So we got most of these people. They haven't been stars before, or they have been for a couple seasons, and now they are ready to go with people that are also the same talent. There's no talent gap here. Everybody is on the same page, on the same line, doing the same thing. So I think this is a great chance for all of the players in the NFL that are on this roster. All the stars are gone. As you can see, watch, I'll filter it out. Greg Olsen, Delaney Walker, Vernon Davis. All of the stars are down to 12, so they do not make a team. All of the bench players and free agents, they are here to thrive in this franchise league. If you like this idea and want to see more, definitely like the video and subscribe so I can make some more, so I know people are watching. And also, if you want to try this out for yourselves and create your own franchise with this roster, I will put it up so people can download it on Madden 20. I don't know if you can do it on PlayStation, but I am on Xbox, and I will have it for you to download if you want it. So I'm just going through here. Not too much to cover with these guys. I really am just an offensive focused person. I really like the offense. Not too much defense, even though defense makes the team win Super Bowls. I'm just going to go through, show you some of the people. You probably know some of the names. You're probably like, why is he on here? Well, like I said, this is my own opinion. If you want to download it and do it yourself, go ahead and do so. It takes a little while, or you can download this roster and tweak it how you want it. But this is my roster. This is how I cut the roster down, how I tweaked it, so people that haven't shown their power and star development in the NFL can develop and become those key players for teams. So I'm just going through here, just showing you some of the people. They all have their backstories. They all might have been great in college, and then something happened when they got in the NFL. There was that athletic gap. There was a gap between their ability to play and the other people's, where they did not become a star, or they might have criminal issues. I just left those players in here. I don't really care that much about it. They can revitalize their career in here if they want to. And kickers and punters, the only thing I did to them so they do not get drafted first with their high overalls is I bumped their kick power down to, where are the dang kick power at on these boas? Oh, of course, it's like the last one. Kick power. Okay, so kick power and accuracy, I bumped them down to 85s for both, and if they had 84s for one of the accuracies or power, I just kept them where they were. So everybody's on the even playing field there. So there are no true stars from the kickers. This guy, Stephen Gostkowski, he's got 96 power, but he's injured, so I did not change him. I guess I could do that, but that's all right. Yeah, let's see. Let's edit him real quick. So we're doing a little roster change on the fly as I'm recording the video. So you can see, I'm always editing the roster. If somebody emerges, oh, they're great, I'm going to change them up a little bit, but well, not a wins. Let's bump this stuff down. Okay, 85 and 85. I don't think the teams value kickers that much, so I don't know if they will be drafted that high in the draft, but we will have to find out. So if you like the video, leave a like and subscribe so I know that you guys like these videos and you want to see more, you want to see the franchise go on. So here we go. We're going to get into it. The fantasy Madden XFL draft. Everybody's on an even playing field. everybody is ready to go. They're ready to become stars and MVPs in the NFL without all of the superstars shining over their glory. They're going to show off their skills and potential. And let's just see who becomes a star. Let's see who actually has some kind of ability to become a superstar and who doesn't. So let's start an offline league. I know you guys probably don't want to see this, so I'll probably just skip ahead and tell you what I did. But yeah, let me do that. I'll skip ahead and I will see you when it's time to draft. Okay, I'm back. Before I go to the draft, I just wanted to show you guys the teams with all the bad players still on here, but all 12 overall. So just to see your favorite team maybe and see how they would be, what their overall would be without all the star players. 52, 50. This seems to be the lowest team, the Baltimore Ravens, probably because all of their star power this year. They're supposed to be like the #1 team in the AFC, probably Super Bowl favorites as of right now. So let's pick that team. And let's go to, I'm going to just keep the coach and go to league settings. Got to tweak some things here. Pre-existing injury, we are going to turn that off. So all of the people that are injured that are on this list can play, can show their potential. I don't need tutorial, that's always on here, I don't like that. Let's go relocation settings. Everyone can relocate, coach firing on, trade type enable all. And I think that's all I wanted to do. Just make sure I got a pre-existing injury off, because then all of the players that are injured that have low overalls that haven't shown their potential this year or years past can get on a team and become the starter. So let's click starting point and let's get into this fantasy draft. Here we go. So I've done some fantasy drafts in the past, and you get a random pick out of 32 teams. So you might be first, you might be last, but there's no way to pick. There's no way to trade for picks. You just start wherever you are, and it's a fantasy draft, just like fantasy football. So here we go. The Madden XFL fantasy draft. Here we go. Oh, so we actually get one of the last picks in the draft here. Pick 31 out of 32. And it's a snake draft if you ever played fantasy football. So because we get the second to last pick, we will go second in the next round. So round 1, pick 31. But first, let's check out who was picked first, and let's see who is valued more than the others. Here we go. Down to the bottom of the list. Pick 1 in the Madden XFL fantasy draft, Andrew Luck goes to the 49ers. #1 quarterback off the board, Andrew Luck. Then Trevor Williams, Marcus Mariota. So most of the teams picking their quarterbacks early, getting the highest overall quarterback. So they have a franchise quarterback here on this franchise. Marcus Mariota. Andy Dalton went to the Dolphins. Josh Rosen went to the Saints. Now that's a good pick because he'll be able to develop because he's young and talented in this league. There's no talent gap there. Devin Funchess, first wide receiver off the board, goes to the Bengals. Brian Body Calhoun, a cornerback. So I think that was 2 defensive backs have been drafted, have been picked. Dante Pettis, so some more wide receivers. Cameron Meredith to the Falcons. Dez Bryant to the Eagles. So there's some rivalry there. So he knows how the Cowboys play. So maybe he can give them some thoughts and opinions so the defense is better there. And can do some revenge games against the Cowboys. Marquise Lee to the Vikings. Patrick Robinson to the Bears. To the CBs, the Chicago Bears. Robert Alford. Josh Reynolds. He hasn't been a star, but he's definitely been a great wide receiver for the Rams this year. When Cooks went down, when Robert Woods was out for a little while, when Cooper Kupp was out last year. Muhammad Wilkerson, Traquan Smith, Deshaun Hamilton. First tight end off the board, Tyler Kroft. First offensive lineman, Jonah Williams. So let's just see who the Ravens organization picks for us. We're not going to make a selection. We're just going to see who's available. Malik Jackson, Austin Severian Jenkins, Darren Sproles, Charles Clay, CJ Anderson. A bunch of tight ends are available. Let's see who we picked with a 31st pick in round 1 of the Madden XFL Fantasy Draft. Here we go.
The Ravens are
so the Colts which were the roundabout pick, which picked 32 and 33. They picked Seth Roberts before us, but let's see who we picked. We picked Demarcus Robinson, wide receiver, and they went 2 wide receivers back to back, David Moore and Seth Roberts. Maybe they think this is a fantasy football draft and they need some points. Wide receivers. Okay, on to the next pick. I'm going to go to round 5, and then I'm going to simulate the rest of the draft. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please leave a like if you do again. I want to get the likes in here. I want to see if people are actually watching it and enjoying this video, because I think it's an awesome idea, and I do not think anybody else has done it on YouTube. So let's skip to the next user pick, which is a while away, because we were the second pick in that round. Eli Rogers went before, so another wide receiver. So wide receivers are the most prized possessions, it seems in this. Kenny Britt went. Oh, I remember him on the Rams. He was great. So Ravens, let's see who we got. Our second pick, Shane Ray. That's cool. So we got an offensive star and a defensive star. Let's see who our third pick is in the draft. Oh, maybe you want to see who got selected. Who else is there? Antonio Gates, Malik Jackson's still here. So all the older guys seem like they're falling down the draft boards, which is probably because people want star development. They want people who can rise up and get the franchise going. They want some franchise picks. Some other people off the board: Demir Bird, Holton Hill, Taywan Taylor. I'm not going to say all the names, but you can see, Terrence Williams, Des Bryant's old teammate. He got drafted. Trent Taylor. So it seems like some of the younger guys or some of the more talented guys definitely went first. People that have shown their star power in the past went first. Okay, on to our third pick in this draft. Let's see who... Oh, well, I am just going to skip to the end of the draft. I didn't mean to do that, but we'll see how it ends up. So we got wide receiver. We got a left outside linebacker, Shane Ray. Let's see who else we get on the Ravens organization. I also set the relocation settings so people can relocate. Coach firings and coaches can get fired and traded and, fired and picked up by other teams. Let's see how this goes. I hope you guys enjoy this. This is pretty interesting to me. I like to see who will rise to the occasion, who will show off their true talents. Okay, we're back after the Fantasy Madden XFL draft. And look at who we got. Chris Ivory, one of our star players, our running back. He's going to tell us a little bit about development traits. I already know about it. So let's end the conversation. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate your insight, though. So here we go. John Harbaugh and the Ravens organization drafted a 68 overall team. That's pretty good for the people available. Let's see what our team looks like. Ooh, Robert Griffin III is our wide receiver. Let's go through the depth chart this way so we can see all the beautiful faces of our new talents on our team. Our top overall player is CJ Uzomah, tight end for the Bengals in real life. Demarcus Robinson, that was our first pick. Let's go this way. Robert Griffin III, currently the backup for Lamar Jackson, the MVP candidate. Robert Griffin, back on the Ravens. This is like a situation where Lamar Jackson isn't on the Ravens anymore. Robert Griffin can show off his star power as the starter for the Ravens. Davis Webb is the backup. Brandon Weeden. One time he was pretty good as a backup quarterback and started a couple games, I'm pretty sure, for like the Texans and the Cowboys maybe. Let's see who our running backs are. Running back star Chris Ivory. Although he's 31 years old, he can get a couple more seasons in, show his talent off again. Dontrell Hillard. He's going to show off his talent. 92 speed. He's a speedy boy. And Jeremy Langford. Old buddy from Chicago Bears, who was supposed to be great, supposed to be their long-term running back. I'm pretty sure after Matt Forte, here he is on our team, third running back. Fullback, Derek Watt. I know he's a starter right now, but still that fell into the overall status. He's 70 overall, so got to keep him. Okay, here are the wide receivers. My favorite spot here on Madden. Demarcus Robinson, 88 speed. Need to boost that up, buddy. Chris Moore. I'm pretty sure he's on the Ravens in real life. That would be two players that are in the Ravens in real life that got drafted back to the Ravens. Maybe John Harbaugh knows something. He knows that the people already know how to play. Deion Kane, he was on the Colts, I'm pretty sure, and then went to the Steelers now in real life. Dwayne Harris, that's going to be our kick returner for sure. Ooh, Equinemius St. Brown from Notre Dame. He showed a little star power, a little connection with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, sorry about that. Justin Watson, I'm pretty sure he's the guy that filled in for Mike Evans this past week for the Buccaneers, so he could be a target at 6'3". Our tight ends, CJ Uzama, like I said, Sean Culkin, Bradley Sowell, and Ross Dwelly, who's the backup for, what's his name? George Kittle. Eric Fisher, Jermon Bushrod, I'm pretty sure he played long time for the Bears. Connor Williams, Scott Quesenberg, Ross Perschbacher. So that two people? Oh no, Scott. Ross and Kyle Friend. Denzel Good, Danny Isadora. Joe Barksdale is our right tackle. Blaine Clausel. Dayton Jones and Destiny Vale. Our right end, Rodney Gunter and Mike Love. Defensive tackle, Justin Ellis, Terrell McLean, Eli Inku, and Connor Sheehy. Shane Ray, there was our second pick in the draft, our star right here. Shane Ray. And EJ Speed, who's actually pretty fast for a linebacker, I'm pretty sure. So his name definitely tells you how he is as a player. BJ Goodson, middle linebacker. Donald Payne, Darren Bates. I'm going to say that's Ja'Kai Polite, Josh Caraway, and Brandon Bell are right outside linebackers. Here we go. Cornerbacks. Kevin Johnson. That's a pretty good pick. Nate Hairston, Shandon Sullivan, Kenneth Acker, and Cornell Armstrong. Free safety, Nate Ebner, who plays for the Patriots. Will Redmond. Our strong safety, Clayton Fedgelum. I'm pretty sure he was on the Bengals, but I don't know if he's really on the Bengals. Jordan Richards. And finally, our kicker, Josh Lambo. And our punter, Matt Weil. That guy's scary. He needs to change his profile picture immediately. So that'll do it for this video. 25 minutes, probably shortened down once I cut it, edit it up. Hope you enjoyed. That was our fantasy draft, Madden XFL. Hope you enjoy. Like the video, subscribe. Thank you for watching. It's been your boy, Sleek. Peace.